So my name's Jessamy Kelly, I'm a glass artist and I'm based in Edinburgh. As a glass artist, I work predominantly in glass and sometimes ceramics, and I work in kiln casting is my main technique, which is usually using a refractory mould to cast up large sculptural glass pieces. And I work in a kind of range of techniques. Sometimes I use pâte de verre techniques or lost wax casting as well, and then I'll start to start mould making with that wax. So it involves kind of spreading plaster and flint or malachite over the pieces mixed together to have this kind of refractory mix that creates a hard crust over the wax, and that creates like the kind of the negative mould. So I'll have wax covered in a kind of refractory mould, and then I have to take the wax out with heat, and then once that's fully cooked, I guess is the word, I can bring it out of the kiln and start to cold work it. Sometimes when it comes out there's little areas that are of imperfections or small kind of overruns from the mould, and I work the glass, and that's quite a laborious technique, the cold working, but it's kind of a refinement, and it gives me time with the piece to kind of work out what's happened in the kiln and the way that the glass has flowed. So there's maybe things that I can bring out in the cold working. So it's kind of a continual artistic process that I go through when I'm working the glass. So the range that I've been working on most recently has been in kiln casting glass, and that's been about looking at the way that the glass perhaps looks like a vitrified porcelain but has this raw, white, kind of understated colour. It's quite a quiet material that I've been working in, so very plain white glass or a white glass core encapsulated in a clear glass outer, and it looks almost like a melting glass. And I'm interested in the way that with the white glass there's this kind of ceramic look which can sometimes disrupt the viewer, and they're perhaps not sure what they're seeing. Is it glass, is it ceramics? And then with the piece that looks like it's thawing, like it's melting, I'm interested in the way that the light is going through a transparent surface into a translucent, opaque surface. And there's something about that language of material between glass and ceramics and between the glass surface which I find really interesting in my work, and I continually come back to that as a kind of standpoint in my work. It's a point of my practice that I'm really interested in at the moment. I was quite excited to create a new range of work that was inspired by landscape, and something that creates a feeling of the raw, untouched Scottish landscape. We go up to a natural landscape and think, oh, that's beautiful, and that's perhaps how it actually always has been, but it wasn't, and there's something raw and untouched below what we see as the kind of the trees and the what wraps the landscape. So I started thinking about the geology. So that really inspired the scarred landscape and the thawed landscape ranges that I've been working on.